Hi, my name is Michel Tremblay, and the purpose of this video is to show you how we can turn self-diagnostic on in the IntelliReam. The IntelliReam has a function called self-diagnostic that can be turned on or off, which means that we can troubleshoot each valve separately. The IntelliReam has 5 different valves that we can test. So I'm going to open the unit. We have the motor valve, we have the lift valve and the clamp valve on a common manifold block. And we also have on the other side here an air valve and a fluid valve. So the self-diagnostic, when turned on, will let you troubleshoot or test each valve separately. To do that, you have to go into the setup menu so you can turn the self-diagnostic mode on. So the way to do it is to hold the reset and the setup next. Then you release the reset until you see the 2 LEDs turn red. And then you release. Right now we're into the self-diagnostic mode. We have to turn the self-diagnostic mode on. So in order to turn it on, because it defaults off, red means it's off, so we have to turn it on, green, so we have to press the setup button. By pressing the setup button, what we just did is we've just turned the self-diagnostic mode on. The next step is to reset, to get out of the setup mode, and now we just turn the self-diagnostic mode on. Now, to test all the valves separately, what we need to do is we're going to use the setup button. So every time I press the setup button, we're going to test each valve separately. So on the first push, we're going to test the lift. We hold it in, it stays up. We release, it goes back down. We've just tested the lift valve. The second push, it would be the cable, the clamp, the grippers. So we've just tested the gripper clamp valve. On the third, we're going to test the motor. So now we've just tested the valve that drives the motor. The next push will test the air going to the air valve that's in the back, that's going to this spray. The next one will be the fluid valve. I don't have any fluid in here. If you have fluid in here, you will see some fluid come out of the spray nozzle here. And then I can release. Now note that the LEDs, they were blinking. So what happened is they kicked me out of the setup of the self-diagnostic. It basically turned the self-diagnostic off by default, which means that the unit right now is ready to run. So we don't have to go back in to turn the self-diagnostic off, because it automatically does it for you once you've gone through all 5 tests. So thanks for watching.